So I wanted to talk to you about something, and this will kind of become somewhat of a rant. But lately I have been seeing something on YouTube or social media in general that has been annoying me quite a lot. So I want to talk to you about Kickstarters, influencer marketing, and your trust in brands and, more importantly, in reviewers. So before I start this video, which is clearly my own opinion, I just wanted to make sure that you know that I don't want to bash any other YouTubers, reviewers or brands. But I do think that this topic is very important to brands, to YouTubers, to other reviewers, and more importantly to you as viewers of these reviews. So what exactly am I talking about? So there's this product that is not bag related, by the way, and is actually in a completely different space. So this brand sent out two of their employees, and I think there were two of their design team, to personally give that new product to YouTubers and influencers to check out. And from a marketing standpoint, this is a genius idea that creates a lot of buzz and new great content. So this is not necessarily a bad thing. However, we are all human and we were raised to have good manners. And I would argue that once we get to know a person face to face and that person gives us an item and tells us how much work and passion went into that product, that we are already a little bit biased and we probably will be polite or fair towards that person and potentially gloss over some of the negatives. But this is not necessarily a bad thing. If you're a good reviewer, you can objectively and rationally look at an item for all of the pros and cons. At least you should, in my humble opinion. So this is where I became a little bit frustrated. I was interested in said product, so I was looking for more reviews. And I found some negative reviews about that product from regular customers and Kickstarter backers. And yes, this was a Kickstarter that had some delays in shipment. And in these reviews, I found some very obvious drawbacks and some very important flaws. And in most of the videos or reviews of influencers, they didn't even mention any negatives, but highly praised that product. As I mentioned before, I do understand if you get to know someone personally that you are more prone to being nice or polite towards that person or that person's product. But as a reviewer, this should not happen. It waters down and affects the trust that a viewer puts into you as a reviewer. If you look at this from the point of view of a reviewer, and I do understand that some newer or younger reviewers have this quite a lot, this impression of, oh, I just got this item for free, I better only look at the positives, or I better gloss over some of the negatives. And I think this is wrong, because even if an item costs some or a couple of €100, this does not cover all of the time and work and effort you put in creating this video. It does not pay all of the equipment that you had to buy to create these videos. It does not pay all of the production costs like music rights and software that you have to invest in creating this video. And more importantly, it does not cover or pay all of the trust that all of your viewers and subscribers put into you and that has been developed over many years. I'm not saying that you should go out and bash an item, but as a reviewer you should objectively look at an item and explain why something is a drawback or a flaw. Like I always say, no item is perfect, and that's a good thing because we all have different needs. And for me it's easier to look at flaws or drawbacks of an item to evaluate if I can live or work around these flaws. In addition to this, let's look at it from the brand's point of view. Yes, if someone talks negatively about your product, this is not a good marketing strategy. But it gives you the opportunity to openly communicate why something that might appear like a drawback is intentionally designed that way. For instance, if a bag might appear very heavy, maybe it is because you designed and chose very durable and therefore heavy material. So by communicating this openly, a brand appears more human, more approachable, and in my humble opinion, more trustworthy. And speaking of communication, this is something that has been lacking a bit with some Kickstarters in some areas lately, be it tech, bags or other items. And Kickstarter is based on trust, and you honor trust by either sticking to your promises or clear and honest open communication. So this has been quite the rant, and I do not want to speak negatively about any other reviewers, YouTubers, influencers, and I really hate that word influencer by the way, or brands. I just want to emphasize that trust in reviews, but also in brands, is really important. And we need to value and honor the trust that is put into us, even if it's just a friend asking us for an opinion about an item, for instance. And I need to repeat myself that there is no perfect item. And that is okay, because we all have different needs. So if an item has a positive feature that you like, that might be a drawback for someone else. So I would suggest always to take a look at potential drawbacks of an item and talk about it. And if you are a reviewer and you get an item for free, always remember that all of the time, the work and the effort that you put into a video review is not covered by the product's value. Furthermore, I would suggest to be upfront with the brand. I, for one, always send an email to the brand telling them that I only do unbiased and unpaid video reviews, and that my video reviews by design concentrate on the negatives of an item, even if I really like the item. Because I think it's easier to evaluate if you like an item by the negatives of the item. And most of the positives of an item you can assume by the feature page on the website of the item. So why would you rehash all of these positives or features in a video review? So these were just my opinions, and these obviously refer only to product reviews. And now I would like to know from you. What are your opinions about this topic, and what do you think about influencer marketing? And at what point do you start to distrust a reviewer or a brand? And when you watch a review, what are the most important things that you are looking for? Let me know in the comment section below. And like always, if you have any more questions, also comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, click the like button. And please feel free to subscribe to my channel and click that little bell icon so you won't miss next videos. Thank you very much.